Just before 2:30, we got information that our victim was shot here on Canal Street. Our perpetrator, who we have in custody, and our victim were walking on Canal Street, and just behind me, apparently they were walking. An argument ensued between them. The perpetrator, who we have under arrest, produced a firearm, shot the victim once to the face, and then fled north on Canal Street. The victim fled south on Canal Street at the Zydeco restaurant, Zydeco store right behind us, where police got to him, rendered aid. We had other police who were right here on Canal Street who pursued the perpetrator. They saw it, they called it in, caught the perpetrator on Burgundy Street. We have confiscated a firearm used in this crime, and he is under arrest at this time. The victim, as I understand right now, is in stable condition with one gunshot wound to the face. It is very serious, but he is stable at this time. And so at this time, we have investigators at the hospital processing this scene so we can figure out what charges we want to charge the perpetrator with. But at this time, I just want to thank the officers for having the wherewithal with a lot of people before this parade started to be highly focused when they saw what was going on and heard what was going on. Gave pursuit to the perpetrator all the way to Burgundy Street, where they effected the arrest without incident, without injury.
So the victim and the perpetrator knew each other?
We don't know that at this time. They were walking together. Apparently they knew each other at least for that moment. But apparently an argument ensued, which we have video on, that perpetrator producing the firearm and then shooting him, the victim, one time to the face. We do not know the extent of their relationship. Our investigators are working through all of those questions to get those answers as we speak.
What can you say about the efforts to prevent violent crimes along the parade route? This is just a block off the route. It's about to start.
It's a block off the route. Police officers were actually standing out here on Canal Street, assigned to Canal Street, because we know the parade's coming, and we know a lot of people are headed this way. It just speaks to the brazenness of those folk who choose to make those kinds of decisions. And our message is clear. If those are the decisions you make, and violent crime is what you want to participate in, we're going to pursue you. We're going to make sure you spend your life in prison. But our officers are here to make sure everyone's safe. They were close enough to chase this guy and apprehend him just blocks away. And for that, we're grateful that they had the wherewithal to be able to think and to act quickly to make sure that he's caught, justice is served, we can continue the rest of the night without parade.
And Chief Harrison, one more thing. The victim that was shot in the face ran to the store down the street, is what you're saying?
He ran to the store right behind me, and there notified that he was shot, but our police officers were already on Canal Street. And so he was tended to there while other police officers pursued our perpetrator.
Chief, this is the second mid-afternoon shooting on Canal Street in 2 days. I mean, what would you say to the tourists, the people out here walking? I mean, you expect maybe late night, early morning for something like this to happen, but mid-afternoon on Canal Street?
Well, we're putting police officers out here to make sure you're safe. These people are making conscious decisions to do that on their own, but we are apprehending them. And we're putting police officers out here to make sure you feel safe so that you know that we're here. And by evidence that we caught this guy within a matter of seconds shows that we're out here, we're on the job, and we're highly focused.
Preventing it.
Well, we're doing our best to prevent it, but this guy made a choice within his mind to commit this crime. And now we are making sure that justice is served.